Good morning. Today I want to talk about the check pointer. I came across this concept when I was learning something else, the LangGraph swarm, and I found very little information or tutorials in a real agentic flow multi-system agent using this check pointer. And I feel like, hey, why don't I create my own educational uh, agent system to learn about that? And I found this is very useful. Let's talk about a check pointer first. What is a check pointer? Think check pointer as a notepad and that shared between your nodes. It gives each node ability to read and write to the notepad for some important information. In our case, it will be the state. By doing that, LLM will have a better context to do the work because they know what happened before. They have this context. And let's dive deep into my land graph first. So this is my land graph. It's a pretty simple uh, multi-system land graph. This is start, this is end. What it does, hey, I want to use LLM to log how many apples that I have eaten today. And then I have another node to report by far what is the total number of the apple that I have eaten. So this is a conditional edge. And then let's see how it works. From my code, in order to build a line graph, let's starting from the line graph itself first. You create a state, you build up the nodes, you connect the node, and then you compile the graph. That's it. This is where you use the check pointer. You pass the check pointer to here to make it work. Let's take a look at my state first. For my state, it's a pretty simple state. This is a user input. It's a purely English language. And then I have a list of Apple. You see here, I have using the add. This is a reducer. I'll talk about this one later. This is a message. Typically, you don't need to use that, but I want to log or print out what I've done for each node. And then let's go to the second part, the my conditional my conditional edge. User's input could be, hey, can you tell me how many apples so by far I have eaten, or today I have eaten many apples. Here I need to have a router, which nodes I need to go to. This is just a simple router. Returns me based on the context, based on the input. I should go to the report apples node or log apples node. Let's go to the each node. For the log apples node, I'm taking the input. I give this input to LLM. Let LLM tells me what to do. You see here, for each node, it returns a state. You have ability to use different state as the input output. By default, they'll be the same state. In this case, see, I'm returning this one. Look carefully here, apple count. This is a list of numbers because I'm extract the numbers from LLM and I'm returning a message logged how many apples to my tracker. So what is happens, I'm returning a list, but you see here, I'm using the add. That means this is not overriding this member, but append to this list. If I have 1, 2, 3 here, this returns 4, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next thing is report apples. This is super simple. Just sum of the state apple count, which is the sum of my list. And then for the check pointer, each node, let's say for each operation, we're returning something. This will be written to the notepad. In our case, it's a check pointer. And then let's say the real example together. So I create my tracker. In this case, I compile my graph and return this graph to me. And then I gave a config. This is very important. In order to use the check pointer, you need to create a config. Give a thread ID. Thread ID in many use cases, in real real world use case will be your username. For example, your username, your UID or something. And I say, for the first one, I ate 3 apples today. And then I say, well, what is the message is print out. And then I do another invoke. Imagine this invoke and this invoke, they are different invocation, right? They're different invocation and they don't have when you run this invoke, it doesn't know what happens before without the uh, check pointer. I just had 2 more apples and then I asked how many apples I have eaten today. Let's take a run first. See, log 3 apples to our tracker, log 2 apples to our tracker, you have eaten 5 apples. This is some people may think, hey, I can have another thing. I can have a variable here as long as my program is running. I have my variable here. I'm meeting that variable. What's the point of using the check pointer? Uh, let's say you build up a chat app, conversation app with different people. In this case, check pointer will help you a lot. You don't have to maintain the different state or something. It's just it will just work out of the box. And also another thing, very importantly, if you restart your computer, this is a in-memory save, right? You will lose all the stuff that you have before. That's why they have another thing here. It's called the check pointer with the SQL DB. By doing that, I'm saving this state into the DB, so I always have get access. I can always get access to this information for my future use. Let's take a run first. Okay, and yeah, let's I have a DB here open. Let's go to the DB, see what is in the DB. Okay, this I don't know why I'm not able to drag the window over. See, this is the starting point. I ate the 3 apples today. It's returning nothing message. It's just an input. This is a one state. Also, here is doing the operation. This is hey, adding the 3 to the list, returning the message, log the 3 apples. Just had 2 more apples. This is in between DB operation. Log 2 more apples to our tracker, and I ask how many apples I have eaten today. Another is trying to get the my username, and then by far you have five apples. And then if I run again, so here I stopped my computer. I stopped my process, and if I run this again, again you're at 3, 2, but this time it's 10. Why? Because it's get access to your previous information, which is in our DB. 5 plus 5, that's gonna be 10. So this is going to be very powerful and useful in the case, let's say user input something, user's name, height, some information. This type of information going to be useful across all your application, right? And you can save this information to your state and maintain that state, give a better context for that. Yeah, this is how you use it, and I feel like this is very useful, and I hope you find this video useful as much as I do. Thank you so much.